and the #1 podcast in the whole entire YouTube wrestling community. And I'm one of your hosts, Juanzo.
And I'm your other host, Jean-Paul Leek.
Together we are Robrig, and welcome family to another episode. It is Tuesday, so it's time to talk about NXT 2.0. It is the new version of the NXT, and we got a pretty decent show. A lot of new names. They're trying to give you more like younger talent exposure. In the end, maybe we get to see a little bit of the founding fathers of NXT or like the main stars of NXT. So, Paul, you like it? You didn't like it? How is this NXT impacting your life?
I definitely liked this episode a lot more than last week's episode. I thought, there was a lot more, I don't want to say maybe more serious isn't the right word, but at least we saw, more matches, more things that made sense. And, I like this, but just like you said, it's too many guys at once. I understand, Vince McMahon, all of them, they probably went down to the PC and said, you have 100 guys here who just wear these great t-shirts, property, the PC, and they're not actually on TV. What the hell are we doing? So, that's why they fired everybody, got these guys on TV. We're seeing all these Braun Breakers and, whoever, Chase Atkins or whatever their names are, these weird people.
There's Andrew Trey, Andrew Chase. There's like so many, but, we got the cheat sheet. Yeah, exactly. We're going to have like mostly all of them right for you, so you're not going to be botching anybody's names. Yeah. The one thing, thank you so very much for being with us, family. Thank you for keeping supporting us. There will be some shows that you will not see often, but we will address that in once we do like the live, so you guys can see more of that or understand more why we're doing this. But don't forget to just keep checking all the content. We have SmackDown, we did Impact, Victory Road also. During the weekend, it was a pretty decent show. Also, Bound for Glory is going to be fantastic, though. Joseph Alexander, Christian Cage for the title is going to be good. So now, Paul, switch gears to NXT, and they have a lot of guys out there. They have, like you said, Braun Breaker. They have Carmella Ace. They have a lot like Odyssey Jones. They have all of these guys, and they got Tommaso Ciampa. He delivers a good promo, like just talking about how he got Goldie back. And I like when he was actually, when he had like Goldie right next to his ear. And he's like, oh, and then he's like, just talking to him and to her, and it's like, oh, I miss you too. So pretty much making us understand what is this new focus of NXT. It says, new guys, but this is going to still be the A show. I've been waiting all this time to get this title back. So what do you think? You like it or not? Ciampa is the new NXT champion.
I like this promo by Ciampa. He shows why he's, the guy they picked. He's one of the best promos. He got the crowd into it. They were hot for, this promo here. And, I would have maybe threw one or two other veterans in there. I'm not saying like a LA Knight or anybody. Now, don't worry, because we saw, half the roster come out after this promo.
Yeah.
I would have threw in maybe a veteran in there, but they wanted to fill the ring up, with all the young guys and everything. So to kind of showcase it's like this is our champ and this is our future kind of thing.
That's what I think that they're trying to do. That exactly right. That's what they wanted to do. Cameron Grimes comes out, I love To The Moon. He says that, I'm completely sold. I love this segment. Yeah, you're laughing. I love that. Yeah. I love this. Elena, let me talk to you. Jean-Paul. Like, he's like, oh, well, I should be the champion. You guys should be chanting for me. You should be saying you deserve it. And Odyssey Jones is like, bro, you lost twice in the same night. And you were done. And he's like, yeah, so it is true. And they shut him up. Completely shut him up. So, like, in the end, Pete Dunne also came out with Rich Holland. And, like, in typical WWE fashion, what do we get? Of course, a brawl. Yeah, like, everybody goes at it. Even the girls go at it.
A brawl that did what? Set up the main event.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Monday Night Raw. Here it is. The only thing here is it's 2 hours of Monday Night Raw. And it's not as bad. I would say it's literally Raw mixed with NXT. That's where they get the tie-dye, because it's all these different colors. A little bit of SmackDown, you see in there, the purple's 205 Live. You see how it's all coming together, and that's where they got the tie-dye for the logo. But, this wasn't bad. We see here Rex Steiner, Braun Breaker. He's there with Ciampa. And again, that's going to be, this guy, I would say even within 6 months, he'll be NXT champ. I think it'll be you give him the belt for a little bit, then maybe you put it back on a veteran heel or somebody like that, a Pete Dunne, who knows what you do with any of these other guys, but I think they're really going to push him. I think he's a good promo. He has the intensity. He's legit in the ring. And you see him and Ciampa, they kind of stand tall again, kind of saying this is our top guy now and this is our, next guy in the future.
No, yeah, I like what they're doing with him. They like,
but a brawl No,
of course, like we go to the AEW territory, like so typical Monday Night Raw. It was a lot of people love Monday Night Raw. One thing to mention though, also, did you see all the Raw references? Did you pick up on that? A lot of Raw references, like Shayna Baszler did this to Nia Jax. All the tag titles changed hands with like Nikki Ash and all of it, and Rhea Ripley. So a lot of like.
See, they
never do that. They never acknowledge.
I don't mind that because if they now on SmackDown, if you say, oh yeah, Braun Breaker in his second match team with Tommaso Ciampa, to beat Pete. Like if you acknowledge every show on the show that
continuity.
Yeah, then it makes it all kind of flow and feel connected.
We even do that. We don't. Yeah. We check this review. Like so. Okay, WWE, stop imitating. That's right. So like we're gonna go to now talk about like the NXT Cruiserweight Championship match. Kushida going against Roderick Strong. Pretty good match, but the only thing, Paul, I gotta tell you, and I don't know how I feel for Kushida. I don't know where he goes from here. I don't know where he fits in this new focus of NXT, in this new theme, this new character that NXT has. But like outside of that, all the members for Damien were right there. So of course Malcolm Bivens caused the distraction, because Roderick Strong was about to tap out, so he put the feet right on top of the rope and all of that. Then we got to see the members of Diamond Mine hitting Kushida. Even the girl did that. Ivy something is the name. And then in the end, Roderick Strong gets like the upper hand because he has like the big knee and also his finisher, and he becomes like the brand new NXT Cruiserweight champion. Did we think that the title was going to change hands? Yes, because it's like a brand new show. They needed to do this, and like I said, where does Kushida go from that?
Yeah, I enjoyed this match again. To echo exactly what you said, I knew the title was going to change hands, or obviously you don't know for certain, but you have the strong feeling, like you said, new show. You really need to get this group over here. Roderick Strong's legit, so it's not like the title's going to somebody who's bullshit. And, I liked how he cheated to win. The whole group, everything, it gets them heel heat, which is good. So to me, I had no problems with the match. The only thing I could say, maybe to go from here, we saw, to skip ahead, to jump back to where we are now, we saw a little promo with Ike Manjiro and all that stuff. And isn't he friends with Kushida? That's what you said, right? Him and Kushida are friends, or they know each other or something, or no?
Yeah, they do. They know each other. Yeah.
So then, maybe a tag team. You know what I mean? I don't really. Or Kushida could even say he could be like Regal. Look at the tape. They fucking cheated. This is bullshit. Give me another chance. And Regal, because he's legit, will be like, you know what, Kushida, so this could be a program. This might not be one match and done, but by bringing the bigger Drake Maverick out. What was his name? I don't care.
Oh yeah. But this guy came out because after the match, Grayson Waller comes out.
Yeah, when Grayson Waller comes out, like, why did him coming out kill this whole thing? It should have been Kushida getting up, trying to fight him, and then the two guys at Diamond Mine hold him back, and while Roderick, beats him up and holds the belt in his face. It should have been like a beatdown. Kushida should have been like, you cheated. I want my belt back. But they bring this guy out and completely done.
And he wanted the Cruiserweight Championship opportunity, so he said, kid, you know what? Whatever. We're going to give the match to you, but we're going to show you who runs NXT 2.0 right now, I'm sorry, and it's going to be official. So they're going to have a match for the Cruiserweight Championship next week. I don't know,
this sucks.
This is not good because, like I said, the guy has done jack shit to to get this championship.
Look at him, the blonde hair with the side.
He looks more like a pop star from the 90s,
He looks like Dexter Loomis.
Yeah, there you go. Like Gaylor. He looks like Gaylor.
Yeah, it's like Dexter Loomis's younger brother. So
yeah, he looks like Gaylor. So it wasn't. This is not good. What we want to see, and like you said, the program needs to, and also build up guys. That's the one thing that now you have more talent, brand new young talent. Build them up, showcase them. That way we go, okay, this is a potential credible challenger. They don't do that. Typical NXT. That's why they're famous for. But that's what we got. But in the end, we got another promo by Tony D'Angelo. He's the Italian guy, just mentioning how he's going to go to NXT 2.0. He said there's two things that you take serious here. Familia, and you're going to hear Familia one more time in business. So I'm looking forward to see what this guy has to do because it's a little bit of LA Knight-ish, vibe and all of that. So we're going to see what happens on that. So let's talk about Paul Kaylee Day. We know Kaylee Day for the good days of a good NXT UK. The good NXT actually matters. And she goes against Amari Miller. Amari Miller was the one that fought her and pretty quick fashion, and she gets the win. Gory bump 1, 2, 3, and Kaylee Ray, is she lost here right now, or you think that she's gonna become a potential good woman that carries this division.
Yeah, I think they're not going to rush her into the title picture because obviously, even though she does have the credentials, and I'm glad they mentioned that, the longest title reign for any woman in the modern era of wrestling. So, they really put her over. They said what she did in NXT UK. She did everything. She beat everyone. She's coming here. So I think they're going to make her get a couple wins, maybe a non-title feud here or there before putting her against the champ. But no, I mean, if you got a Frankie Monet or somebody like that as champ, I think Kaylee Ray going against them, would be great. But the only thing is, you got to pick an identity. Is Kaylee Ray going to be heel? Is she going to be babyface? Like, what kind of character are you going to play for her? So, I think she's way better as a heel. But
no, for me, the Kaylee Ray is a babyface completely. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. I mean, she needs to be healed.
It's like Randy Orton. You can pass it off, you can do it, but you're so much better.
But exactly. It's like, that the guy's not doing his best work. It's like, maybe I'm on it. Like, you're just waiting for him to turn heel. Exactly. The same thing with her. So we're going to see what happens on that also. But that's what we got so far in the show. We're going to see the debut of Dante Chen. Who was Dante Chen? The first guy from Singapore that WWE has ever signed up. And he had a quick match with Trey Baxter. Trey Baxter, we've seen him before on Impact. We've seen him here on NXT. And they job him out. That was quick as like you said. Before you blink your eye, it was already done. I mean, and he did the wing clipper.
Yeah, I mean, he actually had the offense early on. What was it? Trey Baxter?
Trey Baxter.
Yeah, he had the offense early on, and but Chen, shut him down, and like you said, all of a sudden it was like the wing clipper, but he just kind of has your head and neck under his arm, and he just has you hooked with the one arm and does the wing clipper. And of course, commentary. Oh, we've never seen a move like this before.
No, of course, of course, sell it.
Done, but no, I mean, this was a good win for him, and that's what you needed to do because you bring this guy in, you're hyping him up. First guy from Singapore. He was the only athlete chosen out of 40. He's so good, all this stuff, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, well then this guy needs a dominant win. And, I think he had a good win here. I'm interested to see. But, Trey Baxter, I mean, he might have lost here, but he won later on in the last.
Oh, you want to see what happened with him? Yeah. Let's see what happened. Cora Jade. A lot of people pull in the indie world. A lot of people, say that, this is, the girl that is going to make Alexa Bliss shake her legs. She's common because, emo style, Avril Lavigne, hat backwards, hat, and all of that. And I'm gonna have the picture of the kiss in just a little bit for you guys. But she just comes out, come for Trey Baxter. There you go. You see a potential couple here, couple alert. We're going.
I wouldn't even say potential. I'm pretty sure that they're already dating. Of course, the way the dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. So right there. And one thing to mention also is NXT. From Vince McMahon's point of view, they want to target that demographic of 28, 25, 48, 50, our age, all of that. So we want to hear more stories about not romance, but maybe a little what happens during romance. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, then the language in the promo that Steiner cut in the beginning, he's like, if Pete Dunne, if you and Rich Holland want to grow a set of balls and not be little bitches and get in here. So, set of balls, bitch. It's like, okay, they're swearing, so again, like you said, they're trying to get that more serious, demographic.
Well, like you said, more out there, I don't know, think outside the box. Not even that, pushing the envelope a little bit. That's the word, be a little bit more graphic. So you wanted the picture of the case? Yeah, there you go. So Cora J, keep that name. Every single one of you that are watching, remember her. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I wonder if Chen would rather have the W or have this.
Yeah, probably I will get that.
He's like, I'll give you the pin.
If I'm gonna get that for being a loser, I just want to be like.
Imagine if he won.
Maybe that's what's happening as we speak. Maybe we don't know yet, but that's what we had, and that's fine. That's. Good thing for her, and also for Chen. Good debut. Let's talk about Chase, Andrew Chase, because also Andre Chase, not Andrew. Andre Chase, he's giving his classes. Welcome to the university. He was just saying something about how you just try to counter a pinning combination. Good, but then the one dude's like, didn't you lose this match? So get the fuck out of the way from me. Good stuff. I laugh at this. Andrew Chase, I think is going to be a gimmicky act, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, this is funny. It reminds me he took Timothy Thatcher and Drew Gulak and put them together. There's a guy who's because he's oh, you see Odyssey Jones was lazy on the cover here, and then, he was able to get rolled up by Carmelo Hayes. That's why he lost, because he did, He's just, just carefree in the ring. He's bullshit. He's not like me. And they're like, didn't Odyssey Jones beat you in the first round? He's like, fuck you. Who are you? He's like, what's your name?
The hell away from me, yeah.
He's like, who did you ever beat, Steve? Get the fuck out of here. And they're bleeping it. It's, it's good. It's good comedy because, it makes you laugh. The bleep, it's funnier with the bleeps, I think. And again, like you said, they're pushing the envelope. You're never going to hear them dropping F-bombs, bleeped or not on Monday Night Raw. So.
No, and that's what they have to do, because what do you want to do also for a new show? They got to make it a little different. You need to be different from Monday Night Raw, from SmackDown, and that's at least what they're trying to do right now. So let's gonna hear from Joe Gazzi. Gazy or Gazzi? No, Gazy has to be very similar, like Kevin Owens, right? Maybe the face and a little bit.
To me, this promo was so weird. He's like, "Oh, the ring is a stage." I'm like, is he like a guidance counselor in a high school? He's like, "Oh, the ring is a safe space. You can feel safe with me." And I'm like, what is this guy? This to me was so dumb. Then we see Cameron Grimes come out, and the guy wrestles in his dress pants. He's like a vice principal, like I said, like a guidance counselor. Look how he wrestles. I mean, to me, this was a joke. Cameron Grimes, cave in, done. And then he hugs him at the end. He's like, "Oh, thanks, man." And he's like, "What the hell?" And I love when I wait on commentary. It's so stupid, but I pop for it anyway. He's like, "Oh, the ring isn't a safe space. I got my ass kicked there plenty of times." I'm like, "Yeah, you did, Wade. We all saw it."
Yeah, we all saw it. Yeah, exactly. You were never legit. I'm sorry, Wade. We like you. You're good, legit, but you were never legit. Remember what John Cena did to you? And the Nexus. Done, exactly. Done. You could have been champion. It never happened. Done. But anyway, let's go on to the next one, and that was a honeymoon for Dexter Loomis. Dexter Gaylord Loomis and IndyCar we're going to see next week. Nobody gives a damn.
And don't worry, he felt her all right.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's more stories with Gargano and all of that. So let's go Paul to Legado del Fantasma with Elektra Lopez. They're trying to establish her as another. She needed a match because FIBAB. He got to know that she got a match last week, so now they have to do the same with Elektra. So she fought Anna Shear. So in quick fashion, 1, 2, 3, pretty much Elektra showing a little bit of her offense. She did like a power bomb, something like that, maybe a pinning combination, and then she wins. Santos Escobar says, "Are you ready to be part of the Legado del Fantasma? Familia, la familia is número uno, is number one. So welcome, you're finally part of the group." Cuts a promo. She says that she's going to show her what, to FIBAB what's going on. They're going to have a match. I don't know if you like this, but FIBAB jumps her. And Santos Escobar and the members of Legado del Fantasma don't react right away. They take 10, 20 seconds to react, so I hated this.
That's how I feel when I watch this. Because I hate this. This feud should have been over at the pay-per-view. This feud should have never... It was cool when it first started. I said, okay, but it should have been one group wins and moves on. Because it's back and forth. And I know I said a couple weeks ago, you add a chick, but I thought they would just add the chicks, have the match, and it would be done. They're just dragging this out forever, and I don't think anybody's interested because every single week, Legado doesn't look legit. Tell me the last time you saw them come out was like, oh shit, and here they come. You never felt that.
No, exactly. And they're going to have a disqualification match next week. They're going to have a disqualification match next week.
End of it. Hopefully, then after that, it's done.
Yeah, and they have a disqualification match. No disqualification, but Extreme Rules does. I think has one match that has stipulation. Extreme Rules. I've seen so many memes. Normal rules and Extreme Rules. There you go. There's more and extreme stuff even in the play right from now.
That's the best. Welcome to WWE Normal Rules 2000.
Yeah, Normal Rules. Yeah, exactly. And they love to actually promote that. But anyway, remember we said they didn't have the championship match last week. So we see a stare down, hey, a few words between Raquel Gonzalez and Frankie Monet. Really cool stuff. I'm really looking forward for this. These two girls are going to give us a great feud, a great match. Raquel might be dating Braun Strowman. Who gives a fuck? Raquel has bad taste for men. That's fine. Let her do that. I mean, Morrison at least is a little better, I think, for Frankie. They understand each other a little better, but match quality is going to be really legit with the Huera Loca and the Chingona. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. I like this, and like you said, not even, just the match quality alone, but their intensity, Frankie can speak, fluent Spanish. So this is, just that makes it cool too. I'm looking forward to this. And I think, again, all these titles, Ciampa's new, Roderick Strong's new. You need to make a splash on Raw and SmackDown for your women's divisions. I mean, hey, Raquel would be perfect. And I think, it's the time to put Frankie over.
No, yeah, it is time. Because Raquel, unfortunately, the title was good. She got the championship. Went against Dakota Kai. She defeated a few times.
She beat everybody. She beat Io for the belt. You know, she beat Dakota Kai. She beat, you know, all these other people. You know, so she's, you know, she had a good time.
Yeah, there's nothing else for her to do. She needs to go to the main roster. I agree with you. So like, let's go with the next one, and that is like Carrie Millman and Darren Chapetta. I think it's like, sorry if I'm botching like the pronunciation of the, you know, the last name is a handicap match against Odyssey Jones. This was like also a little bit, you know, not maybe you shouldn't have segments like this. Also, Andre Chase came out like he was taunting like Odyssey Jones. In the end, Odyssey gets the win. You know, because like they're trying to push this guy big time. I can tell that. And you know, like they're still gonna have a feud with Andre, and Andre got the chair. Odyssey breaks the chair. So all of that. I mean, they're trying to do that. Good for them. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. To me, there is things on this show that it's like, okay, if this is done correctly, I can get behind this. Odyssey Jones, badass. He's the big, you know, like that kind of like lovable, but still, you know, badass heel. I mean, babyface, excuse me. You know, like Keith Lee was. He's right in that role. Then you have Braun Breaker, Rex Steiner. He's like, okay, this is our world heavyweight champion. This guy's badass. You know, Diamond Mine is there. And, you know, this guy, Andre Chase, he's kind of like the goofy heel, but, you know, the mid-card heel that gets the up-and-coming baby faces over. So you do have the pieces here. And, excuse me, I think this is, you know, NXT, if it's going through the right stuff, it's going to be good. But then you get segments like The Wedding and Legado and Hit Row, and that just kills it.
And then exactly, it's like the intensity goes up and then goes down. All goes up and down. So let's go to the next one. And the next one is you see Carmella Ace. Because Carmelo, you know, he has the contract. He won the breakout tournament. So that's how, like, he's going to have that championship of his choosing. So he goes, like, and talks to Grayson also. So they see this, and they're like, okay, whatever. And then they see the girls from Toxic Attraction. You know, this is good. I like this. You know, this is going to be a good faction. They need to push the envelope a little bit like this. What better woman to do this than Mandy Rose? You know?
And I mean, they all come out there. And, you know, I mean, a wrestler. I got to quote Trick, because he's like, they fine. Oh, they real fine. And he is not wrong. You know, they come out, you know, looking like $1 million bucks. And Mandy, you know, not a bad promo. She stumbled over one or two words here or there. But, you know, I mean, good. You know, she has that, like, kind of, I'm, you know, all you women want to look like me. All the men want to be with me. She has that attitude, kind of like a Sunny used to, you know, all that stuff. And a good promo here. She's like, oh, all you fans wanted to cheer, you know, but where were you when I had my face broken, all this stuff. You know, Gigi cuts a promo, Jesse does. They want Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. And I think this is good. And again, put the belts on them. Because then we can see the Io Shirai versus Frankie feud. We can see, because both those women, I'm sorry, they were like, okay, here's Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels as a tag team. Here's Stone Cold and Mick Foley. Stone Cold and Dude Love. You know, it's a tag team that you do it for a little bit for the pop, but it's not going to last long.
Yes, so, and they challenge, so they were going to see it next week. And also, like, remember, Jessica Maya came out, and she also said that she wants like, also Indies back from her honeymoon. They said, hey, whoever wins this, we're going to be challenging for those titles. There's a lot of people that are going after belts. Is a good idea. It makes sense, because that's why you are in wrestling. That's why you are in this kind of divisions. And we're going to see this next week. And like you said, good stuff from, like, this Toxic Attraction.
Yeah. Tell me what you think is going to happen. You know, they put Toxic Attraction over, or do you think Mandy Rose gets involved, but then Saray comes out, and then we're going to see a 6-woman.
I hope not. No. I hope that, like, actually, you know, like, because like, this, you know, very fragile relationship between Io and Zoe is the reason of the, you know, the breakup. They don't understand each other. They don't like each other. So boom, it's time for, like, put the belts that you said. Toxic Attraction is brand new. Men are loving this. Probably that's the peak of, like, you know, everybody's just like ready to, like, you know, strike some stuff. But, you know, like, right there, this is strike 1, 2, and 3. But I think it's going to be good. And I think it's a good idea for them to do that. So now don't forget also next week, like I said, we're going to see, like, the championship match with, like, Raquel and also, like, Frankie Monet, like we said, in the Cruiserweight Championship. So, like you said, we got to see right here, this guy. I mean, this is, again, transition, but these transitions are so painful. This guy, does he even have to be in wrestling? I don't know. But, like, this take away the seriousness of the show. Kushida needs to transform this guy into somebody, like, you know, like, more serious, because I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I mean, I would love if they did something where he's goofy like this for a couple weeks, and it's like, okay, here comes Dicky Man. You know, if you like him, but 90% of us don't, you know, whatever. And maybe he gets beat down, and they, like, rip off his jacket and they shave his head. And they're like, screw you. And then he gets pissed and he has intensity. I mean, I'm not saying you should do that, but I don't think he's going to get over the way they have.
No, absolutely not. No. So let's go to the main event. And that was, like you said, like Tommaso Ciampa, the new NXT champion. And also right here, Steiner's kid, or like, what is it? Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker, yeah.
Braun Breaker. Okay. Awful name. But like they had the match with like also Pete Dunne, Rich Holland, and like I said, no disqualification for the girls, for Elektra and also Febab. But I mean, good showing for for all of these four guys. I like that, like I said, like they're really pushing like Steiner. They're really giving him an opportunity. He even got the pin, but before that he got a little bit of help from my friends. Like Ringo will say, why? Because Kyle O'Reilly come out, and also like they said, he's still not ready to compete because of the injuries caused by Rich Holland and Pete Dunne. But in the end, right, he did that was really like a power slam that he does, Steiner, and they get the win with Tommaso Ciampa. And, now this is how the show closes. Your thoughts? Because to me it was a pretty solid ending of it.
Yeah, I really like this. We saw a little promo beforehand when they announced this match. Breaker's like, yo, it's so great to be teaming with Ciampa. Somebody like him. He's a veteran. He knows all this stuff, and and then he's all happy, but then when he's like, and then he looks at the belt and he has this intense look on his face. Like anytime he sees the belt, he's like, he's the champ. I'm coming after him. I want to be champ too. And then he's like, oh, so, and again here, after they won, which I like the match. I like O'Reilly coming out because, okay, Ciampa won, here in this tag match. Maybe you put Ciampa fused with one of the new guys, not saying Braun Breaker right away, but fused with one of the new guys. Give me O'Reilly versus Pete Dunne. Put O'Reilly over or put Pete. Whoever goes over is going to be the next one to challenge Tommaso Ciampa. Then I think so. Give me that. That would be perfect. But this was a good win here. I was hoping Breaker. If the baby faces were going to win, Breaker pinning Rich Holland was good. I thought that was the right thing to do.
That doesn't affect the main guy. So. Well done.
Ciampa still looked good, and I like this. At the end, when they held up each other's hands, you saw Breaker. He kind of like looked at the belt, and it's like, okay, so this is good. Again, like we said, everybody in every division, for the most part, is saying, unless they're champion, they're saying I'm coming after the belt. And
then exactly, and at least the focus that should be it. They have. Finally correct the direction of everybody. It's not, you're just here because I love wrestling. I'm blessed that I'm here. No. I'm here to win championship. I'm here to get accomplishments. So good stuff on that. Family, this is the end for like a review. Thank you so very much to every single one of you. Don't forget, tomorrow we have AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. It's going to be a packed show. AEW is going to be doing a lot of work. A lot of people are so excited about this. We're going to have thoughts from Jean Paul and myself about Owen Hart's alignment. His wife, his widow, aligned with like AEW. They're gonna have a tournament.
Action figure, baby.
Action figures. Jean Paul's gonna have that. Remember, he has the JP like toy show on Instagram. Follow that. A lot of Masters of the Universe, Power Rangers, all the cool stuff. Jean Paul has them, and he never stops. He's like the videos. He never stops. Every day there's something new for you guys. So where can else they can find us, Jean Paul?
And then, guys, make sure you follow us, Rope Break on Facebook, the OG Rope Break on Twitter, Original Rope Break on Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok. Of course, right here on YouTube, the home of the #1 podcast in the YouTube wrestling community, the Original Rope Break.
And you and me have one more thing that is left to say, and that is...